And look at that, 130 CS already against 100 for Nivea and only 96 for Ashe. Ashe falling further behind as she's away from bot lane. I'm not entirely sure why she is still away from bot lane. Didn't understand why she came up in the first place, probably because the tower is down. But still, this means Lamia is going to get even further ahead. And even though Candy Panda may be the better AD player, if you have, I don't know, 40 CS worth of advantage, you are going to make a bigger difference in a team fight.
Yeah, and the fact that he's gone straight with that BF sword, almost got the Infinity Edge completed, already got the Berserker Greaves, that advantage of the First Blood, and just that gave him that big CS advantage. It's just, you know, just snowballing as if it were like almost like an AP hero. But at the moment, we can see that Shushay has been back. He's actually picked up a double Doran's ring now, as well as completing the Sorcerer's Boots. So yeah, he did instead of going just, you know, in one set mode, I need a Rabadon's Death Cap, he has actually changed it up. Candy Panda's going to catch out Melisande here, actually not going to even bother shooting him, just no interest in whatsoever. We're not going to get the kill. I'm not really that bothered about you. Ocelot, however, is farming up nice. He's got our Rod of Ages completed edge, got blue buff once again, so his farm is only going to get stronger and stronger. Annie has also completed the Rod of Ages and got the Sorcerer's Boots there. We've also got a Giant's Belt over on Amumu. So Amumu is pretty tanky at the moment. We know that the Dragon is due. They took the first one around about the 9-minute mark, so it's very much due, which is why they're starting to linger around here. Lee Sin, in the meantime, is having a good go at this top turret. It's going to take a good half health before Annie manages to get up there. Let's have a look towards Dragon.
Yep, that means SK are giving Fnatic yet another free Dragon. That was probably not the best idea there. I'm not even sure if they're aware of the Dragon timer. That would be very, very bad play from SK there. And XPK is going for Wicked right now. And looks like he does not fancy his chances. XPK has already completed, like you said, a Rod of Ages, and OU needs to be careful now. There is an Anivia coming, and I don't know if XPK knows this. Yeah, he probably does. He probably does. Yeah, Udia's coming as well.
They all passed the ward in the river, so they knew that were coming there.
Yeah.
Tristana's got to be careful down the bottom as well. He doesn't get an Ash Arrow in the face, but he's got Brand coming up in support. And you can see, meanwhile, they are pushing on towards the mid-turret. So the mid-turret's going to take a lot of pressure, which is why Brand's just come around the side there. Will he manage to be able to pop his ulti off? Wet Dream might go down there. Yes, he will do. Very nice burst damage there. And PK also got the kill out of it. But Shushay won't be happy with that. His ulti was pinging around and he didn't get the kill. He's going to be a little frustrated. Meanwhile, in the mid-tower, they have yet another stack building there. And they're going to continue pushing on it. That mid-tower almost down as well. Only down to 622 health. Despite the fact it's just the jungler and the support, they're going to have enough. And putting the AD damage there onto Cyanide. You can see he's got the little shield around there, little emo Amumu, and he is going to get out of that nicely. So tower goes down, arrow going to go through, does manage to land on Lee Sin, but I don't think they're going to have enough. Yeah. They're not at range, so he's going to walk away from that one quite happily.
I'm not quite sure why he walked back into the arrow, probably just a misclick there. He would have, once again, would have dodged the arrow, walked right back into it, but you know, it's fine. There was no one there to follow up, so they were safe enough. And I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. If I was Fnatic, I'd feel pretty good right now. This is actually very, very nice, especially since they have an AP carry that can build a straight Rabadons. And a second AD. Oh, actually they're going in right now for Cyanide. That's probably not the one they want to go for. The turret is still firing on them. Lee Sin way too far ahead, barely jumps out. Cyanide is gonna get away, just barely getting away with his life. Wet Dream super low as well. No one dying.
They did. Yeah, they got one.
Who died?
Wicked died in there. They got Lee Sin. That's why Lamia jumped in. Lamia ulted him and it knocked him well away from the tower and everything. He was like, thanks, I'm off. And then he had to jump on, follow him with a jump on there. Oh, Shushay nearly picking up a kill there. I think the egg has not been popped on Ocelot yet at the moment there. They need to be very careful because Candy Panda's got a lot of it. And in comes Lamia jumping once again. Tibbers goes down. Lamia manages to get a kill. Lamia's surely not going to survive this one. Wet Dream's not going to get away either. Ocelot manages to come out of the echo. Will he manage to get the ulti down? He gets one. Juicy goes down. Melisand's surely going to go down. And Nif's going to follow in with a couple of bananas, maybe try to finish it off. Melisand does get away. But wow, that was a little greedy from Fnatic there.
Holy cow, and Ocelot said that they were going to play aggressive. He was not kidding, but you know what? Fnatic are not giving them the pleasure of being the only aggressive team in the game. They're saying, you could be aggressive, we could be more aggressive. Yeah, it was greedy, Demon. I agree, it was greedy, but it was also awesome. I'm sorry.
It's what we like to see.
Yeah. And they are getting further and further ahead, so something they're doing is right. If you just look at the gold up top right now, that's pretty nice. There is the Infi Edge for Tristana and the steal. That was brilliant play from Lamia jumping in like that. He did get the kill on the enemy carry, and I think that's what mattered, that Ashe didn't get any further kills in that combat. And Ashe is really falling behind pretty badly. Still hasn't finished her first BF's item and still has not finished her level 2 boots either. Same goes for Anivia, actually.
So Brand returns to top, picks up a nice wave of minions. That's going to help towards his Rabadon's death cap, which is now nearly completed. Infinity Edge, like we said, with Zeal on Lamia, it's really gave him a big boost. Infinity Edge nearly completed also on Ashe. You can see the Wriggles and the gem built up on Udyr, so he's working very well. Hextech Drinker actually on Lee Sin as well, so and a lot of GP5 items between the two supports, which you kind of expect at this stage as well. Heart of Gold is going to help survival for Melisande, the amount of times he's been caught in there and had to flash out of situations.
Yeah.
Let's have a look towards Brand at the top. He's put a little bit of burn on Wicked. And, you know, we were talking about this at the start. Do you think Lee Sin's really worked that well? I don't think he's worked incredibly well. He's, you know, he's not got the greatest score, and we're used to seeing Wicked just dominating the lane up top.
Right. Yeah, let me just comment something on Amumu's build. People at home may be asking themselves, well, why is Amumu building 0 magic resist? On the enemy team, the champion who's doing best by far is Anivia. Amumu is not worried about it at all, because the way the metagame goes is Anivia needs to put a burst down on a squishy. If Anivia puts a burst down on Amumu, she almost certainly did it wrong. Yeah. And Amumu can just build pure armor in this case. If Anivia puts all her burst down on Amumu, he's like, thanks very much, we just won this team fight because you don't have the damage output to kill anyone else in our team now. And so he needs to be worried about Lee Sin, about Udyr, and about Ashe. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's building the dodge boots, actually, and the Sunfire Cape.
Meanwhile, you can see Melisande going around. Is he going to lay some wards down? Yes, he just put the ward down there. So he's going to pull back and buy. Let's have a look in mid. So let's have a look. I mean, the CS-wise, we've kind of moved out of lane phase, despite the fact they've almost certainly gone back to lane phase. It's a bit strange the way the game's gone. They were stretched out so much. You can see Rabadon's death cap now completed on Brand. Also, we've got Amumu forcing Wicked away from the creeps there. I guess he was just a little bit wary that anyone else was going to come nearby. Brand's just going to go down bottom there and clear out the stacks. You can see Ashe putting a ward down in that tri-bridge. Actually, I think it was probably Nif that just did it. So Shushay is going to pick up a lot more. You can see the target actually going down on Shushay's head there. Oh, we can see ward placements coming from Melisande. Actually clearing out. It's got that Oracle now. So Melisande going around clearing the wards. Got to be the arrow is going to catch in there. Candy Panda's going to do a lot of damage. Melisande, though, had bought that half to gold, so had the hit points to get away from that one. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are coming straight around there. Shushay's in all sorts of trouble. Lamia in trouble as well. Lamia's going to have to jump out. I think that's going to leave Cyanide alone to die like a little emu Amumu. And he actually used this ulti as well. Is he going to get out of this one? No way. No, the basic attack. Wet Dream's actually chasing him. He's still living. Lamia finally comes around. Annie was there, ready and waiting, saying, you know, I could do something here. Has he got flash? He has flash.
Yes, he has flash. And he has to use it. And there's Dragon.
Yeah, very well timed by SK, and that's going to be the Dragon for those. So, very, very close game. Exactly what we'd expected. That's going to pull the gold level a little bit back towards SK, despite the fact it's very even in the towers. It's very even in the kills. And he's going to come around. Did he get the steal? I don't think he did. I don't think he managed to get the steal. That's what the Tibbers was all about. Ocelot's going to come around the side. PK will go down. Will Ocelot manage to pick up a kill on Melisande? Remember, he's already used the flash, which is why he's cleverly gone up there, avoided the wall that was going to come down. And that's going to be mid-tower going as well. So Fnatic are on the backs here.
Nice moves there from...
You're enjoying the game, weren't you?
Sorry, I'm really having a hard time hearing you. I still don't have you on my headphones. That was a brilliant play. I think Annie went in a little bit too far with the Tipper steal there. Even if she would have gotten the Tipper steal, she would still have died, and I don't think it was worth it at this point. It's a nice play, but Shushay remarked on this yesterday when we streamed together. Sometimes teams get a little bit dragon blind. They just go ahead and think they need to take the dragon, and sometimes it's the right play to just leave the dragon to the enemy team.
Yeah, and exactly what they did with Tibbers there. I didn't understand it. I mean, it wasn't going to work, and anyway, if it didn't, well, it could have worked, but when it backfires horribly.
Exactly, yeah. And now SK have caught up from being 3k gold behind. They're only 1k gold behind. They're even less than that right now. So Fnatic need to be very, very careful. They're still 2 kills behind, and they're 2-1, I think, the Dragons currently. And they have not taken a tower. They have taken a tower, and SK have taken a tower. Demon, this game could not be much closer at this point.
And I think SK have actually moved into the driving seat, because, you know, we look at what Ocelot's got built there. He's now completed the Banshee's Veil. He's had that Rod of Ages for a long time now. All the arrow missing. I was just making sure he did miss. There wasn't anyone following up. He's also got the needlessly large rod. Infinity Edge now completed also by Candy Panda. He's got that brilliance potion, a fortitude potion as well. So obviously expecting to have a big team fight again very, very soon. Meanwhile, Annie, pretty similar situation to Ocelot, I guess. So it's like you say, it's very even. And the difference is going to be, will Shushay be able to, you know, affect the game any more than Wicked is, really.
That's pretty much one of the biggest questions here right now. I still think Tristana is a good bit ahead of Ashe. He almost has a Phantom Dance already. Once she has the Phantom Dance, remember she also has the Berserker's Greaves as well. Ashe actually had to go for Mercury Dreads.
Ashe mid.
And mid is gonna be dead. Wow, that was beautiful play there from Lamia, finding Ashe out of position. At the same time, I was looking at top lane because Cyanide is actually going in against two top lane. There's a beautiful bounce from the Fnatic, from the Shushe ulti, but it's not gonna be enough to kill any one of them. And there is now 4 people of SK pushing against top turret. But it looks like Tristana and Janna want to take mid turret. Do they really want to do this right now? Well, Ashe is still down, and Annie is taking bot turret at the same time. So SK are taking 1 top turret, but at the same time, Fnatic may be taking 2 turrets from them, which would be, I think math teaches us that 2 is more than 1. So I think that's actually good for Fnatic.
And more to the point, it's an inner turret. Losing an inner turret is a massive difference. Lamia is going to straight over, and you know what? They are going to lose this inner turret. I think you can see Ashe is coming back. Yeah, Ashe and Ivia, they've all come back now. But, you know, losing that big inner turret, stripping half the hit points off the side turret, and also got a little chip off the main base turret, just all for the sake of losing an outer turret.
Yeah.
At the top, I'd take that any day of the week. So really well played by Fnatic there. You know, they just threw everything at them. They threw double ultis just to keep them at bay, just to distract them.
Right now because we no longer have the team chat, but these teams are certainly aware of Dragon. It's probably going to be a little bit still. We can see there's pretty good wards for SK at Baron, and not so great for Fnatic, but they will probably see SK getting into position for Baron while they can't see whether or not they're starting it. And now it looks like a big push coming down mid lane. Shushe is just going to try his very best to delay that push until everybody's in position. And yeah, it looks like SK actually want to take an inner turret back, want to have revenge here. It could be very, very tough to do this though, because Brand clears out minion waves so very, very quickly, and that's what you're looking for when you defend the turret. It's all about how quickly can you get those minion waves out. And oh, good damage against Shushe there, but Cyanide jumping into this incursion. Very good flash across the wall onto Annie. Annie is gonna be safe though. Very good Janna ultimate right now. Now Red Dream is separated from his team, and no one died once again, Demon. No one died.
Crazy fights there, and that was almost like a protective ulti from both teams, really. Oh, great stun there from Ocelot, just backing away. I don't know if you also noticed Ashe actually didn't have the arrow in that fight because he used it to try and steal the blue. And a lot of people go, what are you on about? He can't hit the mob. Well, if it hits the hero right next to the mob, it does the AE damage explosion, and you can easily steal Baron that way. When I say easily, it's very hard to do it.
Right,
you need to catch it that perfect timing, but it is possible, and that's why. I mean, if in that fight, maybe if they had the arrow, had saved it for that moment, that could have easily turned that fight to a very different result. As it was, nobody died. So superb stuff between these two teams, and really showing why they are classed as the top teams in Europe at the moment. You know, it's such a hard group, and both teams know that if they lose this match, they are in dire trouble, because COG are no slouches, and Frag Executes as well. I guess Shushe knows them better than anyone.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And you know what? If I was CLG watching this game right now, I'd start to get worried. These two teams are more aggressive than we've seen them at DreamHack. They are absolutely out looking for blood, and you can see that SK are using their flashes mostly aggressively. Usually people hold on to their flashes, and they do have Dragon Timer. Even though SK picked up Dragon, Fnatic took down the timer. That's very good presence of mind. I hope they took down the timer correctly. Yes, they did. Very good. Ashe is out of position, but could possibly be sending an arrow into Dragon right now. They're keeping them at bay, and nope, that's the Dragon picked up safely for Fnatic. Well done there. And they also pick up a ward on the way out. Now SK are actually going into Fnatic's forest, but Fnatic know this. They're walking past the ward, and they can probably not keep this invasion going unless they want to go for the turret. And yeah, Fnatic are kind of out of position for the turret at this moment. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Now, Red Dream in a very, very aggressive position. They have cleaned out the minion wave in front of the turret, so they can now do some damage, but there's Fnatic, just barely in time to stop them doing too much damage to turret.